I'm here outside the Hub Culture Pavilion in Davos. Really delighted now to be joined by Gabo Arora from the United Nations. Now, what is the United Nations doing here with an Oculus Rift?
Well, somehow we've become pioneers in virtual reality, where we use this technology thanks to the generosity of a lot of tech pioneers who are working with us at the United Nations to bring stories of, for instance, a 12-year-old girl named Sidra, who's in the Zaatari refugee camp, and you're able to see what a day in the life is for her in that camp and how she goes about it. We also have another film about an Ebola survivor, giving you a lot of hope and understanding the resilience of people who are going through those difficult situations. So we're able to communicate a lot of this with new technology that I think reports and our traditional ways are just not as effective.
How do you see people's actions changing as a result of watching these?
Well, we've been very fortunate to be able to gather some data on how this is affecting people. So we've equipped face-to-face fundraisers. You know those people with clipboards all over Europe and other in malls that usually annoy you.
The chuggers?
Yeah, the chuggers as they call them. But now we have given them virtual reality headsets in many countries, in 40 countries actually, and translated the movie into 15 different languages. And the initial data that was covered by Fast Company is that 1 in 6 people who watch it donate, double the usual rate. And that's why we were invited here, because the refugee crisis is such a big issue. People just need to understand what's really happening, and the response has been really touching, really touching, where people feel like they can understand what someone is going through. The approach is not sensational, it's not shock therapy, it's really ordinary, because when you go and understand these camps, and I work at the UN, I've worked in many refugee camps and in Haiti or in sub-Saharan Africa as well, you realize that there's also beauty of the people and the resilience and the sharing and the hospitality. And so we really wanted to capture some of that and not just show them as helpless people, but really strong people who are very smart and who would be incredible citizens in any country they go to.
What's next?
Well, we also just debuted yesterday a new film on Gaza, and that is a very hard one, a very politicized conflict, as you know. So we wanted to bring that same human approach to what's happening. So it's not political, but you really try to understand what people are going through. The focus of Gaza is to really focus on the role of mothers in conflict. Mothers disproportionately bear the brunt of conflict, because even if they suffer loss, they have to keep it together in order to take care of their children and family and still do the dishes and all the stuff that women have to deal with sometimes, unfortunately, still. And so this one is about a story about a mother who seeks group therapy to really overcome some of her trauma and continue to be like a rock for her family. It's an amazing story.
Gabo, let's go and let me have a look on that now. So I'm going to close the interview. Gabo, thank you very much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lash.